Breaking news. Despite southern governors' ban on open grazing, it persists in the south states. Hello, my wonderful people. Despite the southern governors coming out to say we don't want herdsmen grazing openly, it still persists. The thing with Nigeria is that when a law is passed, do you know that there are no law enforcement agencies to ensure that that law is complied with? I'll give you an instance. For example, a friend of mine, the mom, traveled to the UK, recently to look after some family issues. And guess what? Do you know that, for instance, when you go to the UK because of the whole COVID thing, you are expected to isolate for 10 days? Do you know that the government? I was speaking with my friend the other day, and she was telling me that since the mom came for the 10 days, they were always calling, not at the designated time or any time. They would just call, and before the 10 days is expired, a marshal will go on route to everybody that stepped into the UK to go and ensure if they are complying with the 10-day rule of self-isolation. What is that called? The government has dedicated a whole department, employed those people to ensure that people comply by the rules. The problem in Nigeria is that there are no enforcement agencies to ensure that these things are done adequately, truly, and no matter what is complied with. That is the problem. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if this is your first time. Thank you. Despite the ban on open grazing by southern governors, the practice has continued to flourish in the 17 states of the region, with stakeholders asking for legal backing for the prosecution order. This day investigation at the weekend showed that the delay by the governors to enacting the law in their states to legislate the ban has heightened the concerns among residents, particularly in the farming community of the states. With the absence of the law, according to this day, investigations shows that herdsmen have to continue grazing, open grazing of their cattle in their farmland, no matter what. There is no law to put them on hold, leading to some cases to frequent clashes between them and farmers whose farmland suffer devastation due to the movement of the animal grazing on their crops. The governors under the alliance of the Southern Nigeria Governors Forum, rising from a meeting in Asaba, the Delta State capital, on May 11th, had, among other, announced a ban on open grazing to check the escalating conflict between farmers and herders. However, their decision has reached the federal government, with President Muhammadu Buhari querying the legality of the ban. In Ondo State, this day gathered that the bill against open grazing and other matters related has passed through the second hearing, but the lawmakers could not go further in legislative the process due to the ongoing strike by the parliamentary workers. So Ondo State is one of the 17 states that have really started it and are working on it. But where are the other 16 states? But because parliamentary workers are on strike, it passed second reading, but has not fully yet been implemented. Let's continue. But open grazing by herders has reduced drastically in Ondo State, particularly in places of urban areas. Investigation shows that herders still move their cattle in many villages around the state, other villages in Akure North local government area. Also, sources told this day that the practice is still ongoing in villages in Ondo North, but not with the impurine earlier disposed by the herdsmen the way they used to. Speaking with this day, the commander of the Ondo State Security Network, Amutekun, Chief Adetunji Adeyeye, said the open grazing has reduced in the states as the security agencies no longer give them challenges to continue the legal process. He said, however, thinking that we would not have some herders still engaging in open grazing in view of the ban, the operation of Amutekun is like saying, why do we still have crimes when there are policemen working? Policemen are doing nothing. Ondo State Governor government through Amotekun is not relenting. The herders know that what they are doing is wrong. Once they see us, they start running. They know they are doing the wrong thing. Destroying some people's means of livelihood for your own selfish gain is unfair. The position of the government is very clear about it. No open grazing on no going on grazing on anybody's land. And nobody has that is engaging in such is doing a legal thing, and everybody is aware. Anyone caught to be faced the full route of the law. In Cross River State, the herders are still practicing open grazing business as usual in some communities. However, this day gathered that there have been no clashes between herders and farmers in those communities since the cows are restricted from those areas where farmers are farming, but they continue to graze. The governor has not done anything. The owner of the cow pay for the rent, pay rent to the community for the space of the cow that they take them to feed along Calabar Highway. That is how they have been operating with them for years. There is no problem. We have never had a single problem community clash in that area. So this is what is going on state by state. It is only on those states that have gone ahead and have done much. The other states have not really done much with regards to this matter on ground. Other states are still dragging their feet. They are not there yet, or maybe they are not ready to comply, or do not want to ensure that these laws are enforced. Because again, you know that when you have some set of people, even in the midst of 12, just 12, there are Judas. How much more? Just 12, there is still a Judah. You see, this is why we all have to, be on top of it. It's not enough for the governors of the states to come out and say no open grazing, but you have to go above beyond that and, and get it on. It must be a law so that those who are engaging in it, you know that there is consequences for their actions. There is consequences, you know if everybody keep quiet and nobody says anything, you'll be surprised what will happen. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised that people will take laws into their hands. And that is why we cannot be quiet. We can't be quiet, my people. We can't. We must speak out. Leave us a comment. Please don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. We really appreciate you. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye for now.